It's that time. It's time to get rid of our Detroit engines. Those V12s are coming out and a set of Cummins 6.7s are going in. So welcome to Tangaroa's Repower. First step, let's get Tangaroa out of the water. And poor Tangaroa had a very dirty bottom. Look, I've had 20 little starfish. This is about 6 of them all living together. After an overnight in Winter Cove, it was time to head across the Salish Sea, previously known as the Strait of Georgia. Come out here to show you how much we are rolling a bit. So I'm just going to sit here and show you these swells from the wind. Are you ready to see this? Here we go. And it was a lot worse. These have actually calmed down a little bit. I'm going to hold it straight with the bow so you can see what I'm seeing. Just pure swells. Blaine's actually doing a pretty good job driving into them because we're supposed to be going over there. Oh, here comes one. Woohoo! Ready? Woo! The high winds from the previous day made the waters very confused, and of course this did not make for a very comfortable ride on board Tangaroa. Blaine headed down to visit Stella and Portia, our Detroit diesel 12V71s, for one last run. It was part goodbye, part documentation for selling them, but mostly just to give them their due. And yes, we also had to say goodbye to our dry stack exhaust, but you'll have to subscribe to find out why. We were heading to the port of Steveston to get hauled out to do the engine repower, which meant we had to go all the way up the Fraser River, about an hour up. Unfortunately, the current was running right against us, and we were doing about 3 knots. We really had no clue why we were going so slow, but our guess was that our bottom was very dirty. The Fraser River used for shipping, which means lots of ships that we would have to pass, including barges and car carriers. Let's just say we stuck to the starboard side of the river. We did not want to get into the way of any of these ships. Then we had to cross the shipping lanes of the Fraser River and head into Steveston. Now, in our humble opinion, the port of Steveston needs to be dredged because we seriously had 1.5 feet below our keel, which made for a little bit of a hectic ride going up to where we were going to dock for the evening to get ready to get hauled out in the morning. In 1883, Steveston established its first cannery, leading to a booming fishing industry, especially for sockeye salmon from the Fraser River. This growth attracted Indigenous, Chinese, and later Japanese workers. making Steveston a diverse and thriving community. By the early 1900s, Japanese immigrants dominated the fishing industry and settled in large numbers. The village grew with new businesses and amenities despite a major fire in 1918. Transportation links like the Fraser River and the interurban tram line, completed in 1902, were vital for development. Japanese Canadians significantly contributed to community services but faced forced removal and internment during World War II in 1942, devastating Steveston. Some families returned in 1949, drawn back by the fishing industry. What we love about Steveston is today we can still see all the history there, walking along the boardwalks and exploring the little port of Steveston. Morning. I couldn't sleep. You hear the creaking of the lines? It is so weird. We are not used to being on a dock. So the creaking and stuff just wakes us. And I was nervous. You can't imagine what runs through your head thinking about lifting a big boat or what could go wrong. And this may seem really silly. I was trying to figure out where I could put the cameras so you could have the best view of this boat, of Tangaroa coming onto the water. Do you want a view of the side, the bow? I'll get the back, but I'm thinking where to fix a GoPro, like where to clip it on so it's there. Yeah, see, these are the things that run through my head at 6 o'clock in the morning. Whew. Oh, and it's cold out. Okay, time to get a cup of tea. Oh, I can see Blaine being up pretty soon because I was talking to him in bed. I think I woke him up. Oh, well, it is. Oh, it's not bad. It's like 25 to 7. No, I'm not that. And then it was time for Straight Marine to lift Tangaroa.
You have a pole on your side?
Blaine, pull those fenders! Blaine! Pull the fenders! They're gonna catch. Thanks. You know what you're gonna do this fucking Okay, you won't believe how worried I am about this. I don't know why, because Andrew has lifted her before, but I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, Straight Marine, she's coming up now. Ready? Look at this. Andrew, the crane operator, was not happy with the first hoist. He wasn't happy where the straps were, so back into the water we went to adjust the straps. Once the straps were adjusted, Tangaroa lifted without any issues at all. And we soon found out the cause of our huge reduction in speed coming up the Fraser River. It wasn't just the current, it was a mussel farm that we had on board Tangaroa. Such pretty lines. Down there. I just gotta go get it after. Honey, look at all the mussels in the back.
I knew it was bad. I didn't realize it was that bad.
It was really bad.
It was really bad.
I don't mind mussels though, I just don't want barnacles.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go get the other GoPro. You got her? It took 4 of us with shovels to scrape all those mussels off before we could move Tangaroa to her spot for the next 2 months. We're a bit slow. So it's cleaning out in there, and we found so far, look, I've had 20 little starfish. This is about 6 of them all living together. So we are saving the starfish and putting them back in the water, like this. Holy shit. Okay, I'll take this.
Okay,
You take this, I'll change, give me the dog.
Yep. What's this?
It's at the bow, on the ground. Give me the dog. Okay, we lost our boat. They took it away this way. We're following really fast. Okay, so she's all chalked up. We got 7 chalks on each side and the big logs underneath the keel. Logs? I don't know. Big chalks, blocks. And we're just taking the straps off right now. And this is our new home for the next couple months.
Yeah, it works pretty well.
Wow, just wow. There's gonna be a lot of prep here. And in case you're wondering what all those bubbles are that I'm pushing with my finger, well, let's save that for a future episode. And let's just say, it's not good. 3 years ago, we redid the whole bottom of Tangaroa, and the first coat of bottom paint was blue. This is called the marker coat, which means when I see blue, we know we have to put more bottom paint on. Guess what? Tangaroa needs more bottom paint. You want to see something funny? You want to see some squished mussels? Look at this. Well, you just saw Tangaroa lifted. It was successful, and we thought we'd answer some questions before we get them in the comments. Are you ready? Question number 1. Why'd you go so far for the boatyard?
Well, obviously when you're hauling a boat you have lots of choices. Typically the bigger the boat, the less the choices. However, there are places on Vancouver Island, namely Sydney, that we can haul out. Canoe Cove being one of them. I actually used to work there, funny enough. The problem with hauling out on the island is everything's fairly expensive. Yeah. So, you know, just to compare, say Canoe Cove, and like I said, nothing against Canoe Cove, great people there. roughly around $140 a day for us to sit in the yard, just to sit in the yard.
And I think it's because it's privately owned also.
Yeah.
It's a for-profit boatyard.
Exactly, yeah. So Steveston here, this is a municipal boatyard, mainly based around the fishing industry. And for us to lay day here is roughly around $40 a day.
So if we're coming over for longer than like 3 weeks, it is so worth it coming over here for the money savings.
Exactly, and we knew this was going to be a really big project, as was the last one that we hauled out here for. So at the end of the day, it's worth it to come here for us.
Plus, it's a really cool town.
It is, really like it here.
Lots of great walking areas, and being on the mainland, easy access to the border to get stuff. When we just drive across the border, it's a 25-minute drive. And also there's a lot of really good companies around here that we've been using to help with Repower.
Yeah, a lot of help and assistance when we're too busy to do it ourselves. Okay.
Okay, you ready for question number 2?
Question number 2.
How heavy is Tangaroa?
At the last haul out that we did, which was Canoe Cove, we just did some bottom paint there. I think we were out for a week, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, so bottom paint and I think a through haul. The T-lift there showed that we were right around the 80,000 pound range. So pretty light for a boat this size. Once again, I mean,
That's almost like 1,000 pounds per foot.
Yeah, and I mean, if you've followed us along, you'll know that Tangaroa is not a big 78-foot boat. She's fairly narrow, fairly short, and aluminum. So we're pretty light.
Question number 3. Why was your bottom so dirty? We were covered in mussels and starfish.
Yes, we were.
So, it was so bad.
And where we have our mooring is Brentwood Bay, and there's not a lot of water movement there, so it's pretty prime grounds for mussels and mussels. Yeah, it's mussels to grow.
Also, we put a blade of bottom paint on the boat, and a blade of means it sloughs off. So, and when you're moving through the water, things can't stick because the paint kind of starts to slough off. We didn't move very much last year.
No, last year was pretty sedentary.
Well, I think the big thing was we had no windlass for like 6 months, and you can watch that video right there where we're replacing our windlass.
Yeah, so we didn't really go anywhere last summer.
No, last summer was a huge boat refit time.
Yeah, just trying to get stuff done.
Yeah.
Did pretty well.
And what that happens is when you sit, you grow.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happens.
Because the bottom paint doesn't have a chance to ablate.
No. Another thing I find is on an aluminum boat, we can't use copper infused ablative bottom paint.
Copper is used for a biocide, basically, or I'm not sure if it's a biocide or if that's what you consider it, but it's there. The mussels don't like to grow on it, so that's what all the fiberglass boats use. Probably maybe steel, I don't know, but
and being that we're aluminum, we can't use copper because dissimilar metals, bad.
No bueno.
Question number 4 is for you, Blaine. What's the first step in this engine repower?
Well, pretty obvious. We've got to prep things for removal. So we've got to find the hatches. There are hatches on the boat for removing the engines. So we got to uncover those, get them open so we can get the old engines out of the top.
Basically, engine room destruction.
Pretty much what it boils down to.
Step 1, which you will see next week. And question number 5 is for me. What am I going to be doing while Blaine is full, what do you call it?
Steam?
Full steam ahead during this engine repower? Well, I take care of the outside of the boat. So I'm going to be sanding the bottom, cleaning it up, painting the bottom, doing the rudders, replacing the red boot stripe. Got lots to do.
All incredibly important things.
So I do everything on the outside. Well, Blaine is going to be full concentration on the repower, and if he needs help in the engine room, I'm there also. Also, in about 5 weeks, since you guys see this video, I have thyroid surgery. So I'm probably going to be out of the count for about a week. Don't worry, it's nothing big. I just have a big cyst on my thyroid, and we have to get it taken care of. So that's what's happening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
If you haven't seen where this whole repower journey began, check out the video, Should We Save Our 1969 Detroit Diesel 12V71 Engines? That's where the decision really started.